On this week's show, is there the potential of a new Peloton instructor in the works?
And possible wearable news and the launch of Australia and much, much more.
Welcome to Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. Here are your hosts, Amanda Siegel and John Pruitt.
Welcome to episode 41 of Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. I'm Amanda Siegel and I'm joined by my co-host, John Pruitt. Hey, John.
Hey, Amanda. Hey now.
I love your hey now. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
enjoying
yeah.
my final day of freedom without having Jackie here.
I hope Jackie's not watching this part of the show. I hope she watches the show, but I hope not this part. But yes, single fatherhood for the last few days. Good for you. Have you been able to get some working out in?
Yeah, I wouldn't say a whole lot of freedom, but the nights are nice after the Red Menace goes to sleep. But no, it's been fun. That's awesome. It's been fun.
Yeah, no, here too. It's been we had graduation last week, and that was all very exciting. And my youngest has been off. They do a beach week. The kids all go down to the beach after graduation. So she's been gone too. So it's kind of been quiet. It's been quiet, but all good. Well, we have a bumper show. So I think we need to get started. Before we do get started with the news, though, we always like to remind you folks how to keep up to date with all of our content across all of our platforms. Every episode is released on our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of the video and hit the notify button so that you never miss an episode.
Yep. And if you also prefer, we are on all traditional podcast platforms. If you want to listen to us on the go in the car, just search Pelo Buddy TV and be sure to subscribe there and click notifications so you never miss an episode. And we love to hear from you. So do not hesitate to leave us a review. Let us know how we can improve the show or a suggestion for an interview. We would greatly appreciate.
Yeah, we actually got a really nice one, John. I'm going to go ahead and read it for everybody because we do think that it is always lovely when we get folks to share what they like about us and what they don't. So we're going to go with the what they like about us, I think.
That works.
Right? That definitely works. So let me pull it up right here.
Unless it's the something they don't like is about you, then that's fine. I don't know.
True. Okay. Well, this fabulous viewer or listener said, "This is my favorite podcast by far. It is structured perfectly and I love all the different segments, especially the picks of the week. Amanda and John are great hosts and are entertaining yet informational. It keeps me up to date on all the Pelo news and I can't wait for more episodes." And this came from Ruby Tuesday 1100. So thank you so much for reaching out and sharing that you, in fact, do like the podcast and the show. And if you get to listen to us, great. But you get to see us on YouTube. So if you want to see, our gorgeous faces, hop onto YouTube and make sure that you get to see us from there. And of course, folks, we are on Facebook and Instagram. For those that want to keep up to date with everything that's going on, just search the Pelo Buddy and follow us on those platforms for all the latest news.
We're not on TikTok, are we?
No, we're not on TikTok.
I'm on TikTok. I'm all about TikTok. So John _
You're liking TikTok.
Pruitt at TikTok, yes.
All right.
I've exceeded my follower count on TikTok than Insta.
Isn't that interesting? Well, I will make you laugh, John. It was actually funny because my daughter that lives in New York sends me this. She goes, "Look what just popped up on my TikTok," and there was you and Cody Rigsby. She goes, "John just popped up on my TikTok." And I think it was Cody, the TikTok you did of Cody with the his last XOXO, which was about not faking an orgasm.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, Mom, this was really weird.
I was just on TikTok just before we started recording today's episode, and this is totally off topic now, but this person was live. So I chimed in like, hey, what's up? And the person looked at my name and they looked at the picture of me and Jen Sherman. She said, oh, I Peloton too, John. And so I said,
how cool.
I threw out a Codyism. I said, fix your wig. And she blocked me. All of a sudden it said, Tiffany Smith has blocked you.
Oh, John,
so
that
I
is
didn't mean
too
to
funny.
offend that person. Obviously, I guess they don't ride with Cody.
Well, I guess not. Oh, that is too
like,
funny.
man, that was
be
harsh.
very careful in your words. You got to be we have some very sensitive people out there, I think. So one has to just be careful and use our words very carefully sometimes. For sure. Well, folks, we have a bumper edition for you this week. So I think let's just get on with the news.
First, let's do a rundown of the latest Pelo news.
Well, folks, we have a bumper edition for you this week, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the news. First up, as my lovely co-host says, HIHF, heard it here first. Got it right this time, John.
Yeah.
Hot off the Pelo Buddy rumor mill press. Are we finally getting boxing? Rumor has it that there is yet another new instructor on the sidelines, just waiting to launch onto the Peloton platform. This one, friends, is a boxing and strength trainer. Rad Lopez formerly taught boxing and shadowboxing at Shadowbox NYC. As a reminder to you guys, both Olivia Amato and Jess Sims had actually taught at Shadowbox NYC, but I'm not sure if there was a time overlap between Rad and the girls or not. We are still, of course, waiting for the launch of Callie Gullickson, who we reported a few weeks back was also a potential new boxing coach. That she had boxing experience, that much we knew. And of course, we remember that Selena Samuela hinted about boxing potentially coming on an IG story that she did. We had also shared previously that a survey went out to members specifically asking about boxing classes. So, with Rad Lopez coming on board, it all seems to point that this is where the next story will be. Folks can follow Rad on Instagram at Rad Lopez. And for reference, he drops the E on his Instagram handle. So it's Rad LOPZ. But you can certainly follow him. He has friended some of the coaches already. So it certainly does seem that HIHF. We are still waiting to launch, waiting for the launch of Kirsten Ferguson and Daniel Yankee McKenna. We had announced that they too were new coaches that were potentially landing up on the platform. So tons of exciting rumors going out there. And of course, we love it when we rumor it and it happens. So we're all waiting with bated breath. Next up, there were some new trademarks filed for Peloton this past week, 3 to be exact, in a few different classes of goods and services. However, they all mention the same thing: personal electronic devices used to track fitness goals and statistics, wearable activity trackers. We don't have much to share at this time as to what these devices will look like, but what we can speculate with all this growing evidence is that Peloton does have plans to launch their own fitness tracker of some sort. We can also share that there has been a recent job posting for an industrial designer 3 describing that the applicant would lead the industrial language for an industry-leading family of fitness products. We had reported previously the acquisition of Atlas Wearables as well as Latitude 32 Engineering, both who came with employees with a history of wearable development and experience. So a Peloton watch or a Peloton tracker is not the only new smart accessory. Peloton is also rumored to have in development. Last week, we reported that Peloton is developing a new accessory or strength device codenamed Tiger. Yep, that's it. This is rumored to be able to track workouts and provide feedback on form, among other things. Still within the rumor mill, we at Peloton received a tip that a new heart rate monitor or heart rate band is being tested to launch too. Again, it's not clear what it would be called, yet possibly just Peloton Heart Rate Band. But one interesting feature that we also can't confirm yet, but have heard rumored, is that the heart rate monitor will track zones and would help with the newly announced Strive score.
The Strive
score, which could be integrated into this heart rate band. Oh. So if you haven't used the Strive score yet, the short version is that each of your 5 heart rate zones gives you a certain number of points for how many minutes you spend in that zone, and each zone is associated with a specific color. Between you and me, I don't know, John, how accurately you look at that or whether you follow it clearly. For me, it's a little bit all over my head. But I know for those of you that understand it and use it to measure your activity, hopefully it has been helpful. I just like to know that I'm not going to die when I'm on the bike if my heart rate gets too high. So that's all I focus on, and the Strive score gets redder and redder as my heart rate goes up, but I don't really know too much about it. But yeah, so those are some interesting things that look like they could be happening in the future. Any thoughts, John?
I know. I like the Strive score because I feel special when I see a little color next to my heart rate on the leaderboard there. I have that little extra, I'm in teal, I must be chilling back too much. Or I'm in turquoise, my heart's not that high.
That is too funny. And I am always in orange or red as I kill myself on that bike.
Maybe you need to adjust your zones.
I know. I do need to do another FTP test. But yeah. So lots to look forward to. I mean, I would be interested to see whether they end up coming out with, what this new trackable device will be, whether it'll be a watch or what it'll be. Yeah. And then, of course, the heart rate monitor. Because often you do get folks asking what type of heart rate monitor folks use. I mean, I just use my watch. Do you use anything specific, or do you have an Apple Watch?
I've been using for less than a year. I've been using one, the Scotchy Rhythm Plus, which is probably one of the most popular ones.
Correct. And I think that's what they were saying.
Seamlessly.
And I think that's what they were saying, that this heart rate monitor is kind of going to be based on. So,
and I like it. I just put it on my upper arm above my elbow. You don't have to go around your waist like the Peloton one.
Got it.
It's just easy and out of the way.
Got it. Yeah. I mean, I just used my watch. I don't know how accurate it is, but it just gives me enough to know that, as I said, I'm not going to die on the bike.
Yeah, I like seeing the metric, but I don't really care much for it after. I don't need any of the data. But it's nice to have that little extra.
It'll be interesting
metric,
to see what happens.
So we now have a reported Generation 2 Tread monitor. So a new filing with the FCC revealed a second generation video screen for the Peloton Tread Plus, identifying it with a new, model or registration number. But the Tread Plus, that's the original, treadmill that Peloton first came out, and it's had the same monitor for a while. So it looks like on the outside it'll look the same, but the components will be much more updated, faster, kind of like the Bike Plus's monitor has a faster processor and more resolution and different things that they've beefed up on it.
Interesting. Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I have to say, I'm quite impressed with the monitor that they have on that treadmill. It's huge. I've certainly not had any issues. Yeah, I've had not any issues with it. So I guess, as you say, it's probably just advancing with new technology.
But it would be nice under my extended warranty to get an upgrade to this new, if possible. To this new screen. Is that what
folks will be able to do? You'd be able to.
I don't know. Maybe if you need to get it replaced under warranty, maybe they would give you the new one.
The new one. Got it. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll wait and see. Back in March, we reported that Peloton had formally announced that they would be launching in Australia. And after we had shared the rumors last year, Peloton then announced that it was in fact happening. And again, HIHF, you heard it here first. The details, though, you know I'm going to be using that term now that I have it down and I've memorized it. I'm going to be using it, John. So just know, okay? And there's a lot of HIHFs here on Pelo Buddy. But the details were actually rather sparse, with them just saying that in the second half of 2021 and that more details were going to come. But now it actually appears we have a specific date for when Peloton Australia will launch, and that's July 14th. They've updated the Peloton Australia homepage too, which now says coming 14th July. And yes, only in America do we say the month before the day. It's always been something that I found rather strange, especially having immigrated from South Africa, where we said day and then month and then year, which typically makes sense. But I did find it funny when I was reading up and reporting. Of course, Australia that's the way that they do it too, is day and then month. So yes, 14th of July is when it is going to be launched down under. And as of now, Australians are able to download the app and start using the platform in the meantime while they wait for the sales of the hardware to actually drop. On Kendall's Sam Smith artist ride, John, it was actually quite funny just this past week. She shouted out a guy from Melbourne, Australia. Now, whether he had been on the platform previously or not was certainly unknown, but it was kind of actually cool to hear a shout out from somebody down under. So that definitely, my ears pricked up when I heard her say, so-and-so from Melbourne. And she did happen to say Melbourne, Australia, because I know there's a Melbourne in Florida, but it was definitely Australia. An email also went out to interested Australians, which headlined, "Are you ready?" The email was about the launch of the app and giving folks a heads up that they would be able to download it and join over 5 million members worldwide. So folks, as I've mentioned before on the show, as an ex-South African, I have a slew of friends that immigrated to Australia. And for ages, I mean, since I'm so vocal about my Peloton journey, on my social media, they had been asking, when they thought Peloton would be released there. So I've just been so excited. When we first reported the rumored news back last year, I was just so excited to finally be able to share that this was going to be something that was happening. And then looking forward, being able to coordinate workouts with friends that are 16 hours time difference away, but being able to do that. And, as of now, I ride with friends in London, I ride with friends in Canada, I ride with friends in Germany. So it's really cool for me. I'm very fortunate that I have a very, my friend groups are spread all over the world, and it's been fun to be able to do that. So I'm really, really looking forward to Peloton finally launching in Australia, and truthfully, John, hopefully getting some more referral codes because I've dried up. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to share my referral code with all my Australians as they get ready to purchase their bikes. So that was really exciting, and I was pleased to see that it's coming to fruition.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, launch is just a month away, so it'll be here before we know it.
Before we know it.
Well, we have some artist series just recently announced and just passed. So we had the Sam Smith artist series just recently. Kendall had a Sam Smith ride. We had a core challenge with Emma. a run with Bex, and a bike boot camp that I did with Cody, which was fun. It was an all body bike boot camp, 30 minutes. And then also a yoga float with Aditi. Did you check out any of the Sam Smith stuff?
I did. And I won't give too much away, but there are a couple picks of the week in there. Week because I am a huge Sam Smith fan. Their music is just amazing. I've always loved their music. And I think they're
he goes
phenomenal.
by the pronouns
he does.
They and them, I think, right?
Right. They do.
Okay.
They do.
Because I know Bex actually re-recorded her run so she could correctly use the right pronouns for Sam Smith.
Correct.
I don't know if you heard that.
Interestingly enough, John,
recently.
Bex, I did hear that. So Bex had to re-record, and actually Ben just shared on his Instagram just Friday that he had to re-record his Pride workout.
His strength.
He did an arms and shoulders strength workout because he focused on, Ben focused on some of Sam Smith's music and again referenced them incorrectly. And it was really nice. It was
so
very
easy
humbling.
to do.
Of course. It was very humbling hearing Ben talk about it and how he wanted to make sure that he had done, the correct thing and he went ahead and re-recorded it so that nobody was offended and certainly that Sam Smith got the pronoun that was meant to be referenced, which was interesting.
Yeah. And it's also good to point out, we just received word from the control room, Amanda, Aditi's class, Sam Smith yoga class that was scheduled for Friday has been moved and rescheduled to this coming Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning Eastern time.
Excellent.
Yeah. And then we also just recently got another new artist series announcement. This one is of the artist Big Freedia. And Peloton's posted on Instagram, celebrate the power of defining your own space and join the party with Big Freedia, who popularized bounce music, an energetic New Orleans style of hip hop. It says go into brass heavy beats in this empowering artist series. So that's another, I've never heard of this performer. So
never heard of it.
we
say this each week when a new artist series comes on that we're not familiar with. I always say it's a wonderful way of Peloton being able to showcase different artists.
This one's got a ride with Jess on Wednesday night and a run with Adrian on Friday, June 18th. So just two classes, I guess, or as of this announcement.
Awesome. So a new flash challenge and badge was launched this past week. It's called the Top Goals Challenge and falls within the Strength platform. It's in partnership with DFB Academy, which Peloton had announced back in October last year that they were partnering with for 2 years. The challenge started yesterday, June 12th, and will run right through for a month until July 11th. Folks can take strength classes with any instructor in any language and will be able to earn a badge depending on how many minutes one completes over that 4-week period. So if someone earns a bronze badge, they will have done 180 minutes. A silver badge is for 270 minutes, and a gold badge is for 360 minutes of strength classes. But you know what, John? What the best part about it is that whoever completes this challenge and gets to gold will be very strong, because that's a lot of minutes of strength training. So they will certainly be strong at the end of this challenge with 360 minutes of strength under their belt for a month. But that is awesome. And I know that this was something that the German community had done last month, and now they're kind of expanding it and incorporating it for everybody. But this is really exciting. So yeah.
So we have a new challenge while the Strength Studio is closed, Amanda, with Rebecca Kennedy. So she has put out basically a 2-week challenge of different strength classes of hers to take each day. So it could be 40 minutes, 3 or 4 different classes. It may be 10 or 15 minutes, arms, hips, So she mixes it up each day, but she has a nice outline of these every day on her Instagram. So look up Rebecca Kennedy, RK Solid NYC on Insta to see her suggested class schedule for that.
Well, I know that you love working out with Rebecca. Have you done any of these strength challenges with her?
No, I'm not good at these. That's the one thing. That's the one thing she and everyone gives me a hard time. They're like, "Pro doesn't do strength."
You don't like doing strength? Well, you do the boot camps.
I do but that's how it gets me to do it.
Okay.
Because the strength is just, I just don't have the attention span for a 45-minute just strength. You know, the boot camp is great because you mix it up.
Right.
Holds my attention better.
You know what, John, what I've been doing these 10 or 15 minute strength because I also couldn't do strength for 45 minutes. It's just too long. So I've been incorporating it that way. I'll pick up like an arms and chest or a back and chest and then a leg strength. And I'll do 10 and 10 or 15 and 10 and do it and kind of stack it that way. And that's really been great. And I have been doing that. So I don't know if in her mini challenge, she has shorter strength classes. I'll definitely take a look at that because I think Rebecca's great and I like working out. I like doing her strength. So I'll definitely take a look at that. We also actually saw a new stack in the Champions collection. So back at Homecoming, we had announced about the Champions collection. This particular stack is with surfer John Florence. So when I reference John, I'm referencing surfer John Florence. But he had previously said that he uses Peloton for everyday exercise. That some days he'll ride, other days he'll just use the app. But for the most part, he uses the bike as a cardio exercise for a warm-up before he heads out to surf or train. So I thought that was really interesting. He says he's not always motivated to work out, just like the rest of us, but that Peloton has definitely helped motivate him. He loves the competitiveness of the leaderboard and the community aspect of Peloton. So it's always amazing to see these professional athletes joining the Peloton community and being a part of it and experiencing it the same way that you guys and we do in that competitive nature, seeing the leaderboard and having folks to work out with. He also says that Peloton has seen him through some really tough times, and it's seen him emerge into what promises to be one of the most exciting summers of his life to date. So head over to the Peloton Output to see the class stack that John had handpicked so that you can join right alongside him as he works out. He has 4 days stacked, from classic rock rides to strength to relaxing meditations. And what I'm most pleased to note is that he incorporates warm-up and cool downs in his workouts. So nice. He has some awesome stacks. And again, day 1 will be riding. Day 2, there was some strength. Day 3 was some yoga activity. There are 4 different days, and the Peloton Output has the stacks on there. But I was really impressed. And his very first day and his very first workout was with Leanne. So I already liked him, and I knew that I'd have to follow some of his stacks. So that was kind of cute. We also wanted to throw out there that there is a lovely fundraiser that was announced this past week with the Sesame Street Workshop. It's called Spin for Sesame, and they are on a mission to help children grow smarter, kinder, and stronger. The ride was an on-demand Allie feel-good ride from May the 2nd. It was a 12 p.m. ride that she had. And the fundraising ride was, in fact, today, Sunday, June 13. Folks were able to use the hashtag Spin for Sesame and donate to the cause. So it was just a fun way of incorporating something with kids into the Peloton platform.
Very nice. Well, Robin Arzon, while she's still on maternity leave, she sat down via a Zoom call with creator of Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and they talked for about 20 minutes just all about his upcoming movie In the Heights and mainly all about Hamilton, him writing it, his whole process. So it was really kind of an interesting talk. It wasn't really about Peloton, but it was really fun to just see them just casually chatting about it. So definitely check that out on Facebook. They posted it.
Yeah, so the launch of In the Heights.
It's also on Instagram.
The launch of In the Heights was just this past Thursday, both in theaters, and HBO Max got the release of it. Have you had the opportunity to watch it?
No, but I've seen it right there. And Allie, I think, was raving, saying it was potentially better than Hamilton.
It's fantastic. So I love anything musical. I did not see it on Broadway, but I did watch it on Thursday night, and it's just fun. It's one of the main actors from Hamilton is in it, as well as Jimmy Smits. So he was a big face, big name. Jimmy Smits was in it, who's wonderful. But it was really fantastic. The music is incredible. And Lin-Manuel actually appears in it here and there. So it was kind of cool to see him. It was kind of cool to see him in there too. So I haven't heard the interview yet with Robin and him. It's bookmarked for something to do this weekend. But I will just recommend for those folks that haven't or have access to HBO Max to definitely jump on and watch, because it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
And one last thing to mention on that particular subject, Amanda, when they were wrapping up the conversation, Lin-Manuel asked Robin Arzon when In the Heights Peloton's artist series would be happening. And Robin said that it's already in the works. So
that is so
hopefully we
cool.
won't have to wait very long.
That is so cool. That's awesome. That would be awesome. Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah. In other news, Amanda, Adweek recently recognized Peloton's content team, specifically their chief content officer, Jennifer Cotter, and brought up these points about her with a team of almost 300 people under her in the US, UK, and Germany. They create content for 5 different countries in 3 different languages. In addition, Cotter and her team produce close to 1,000 live and on-demand classes every month, creating content that was highly sought after during worldwide lockdown. And they go to talk about she's been with the company for the past 2 years, Peloton user herself. She recognizes the value and exchange with the instructors and programs, and shares an understanding with these working toward their own life-changing goals. So kind of a nice shout out to Pelotons, because they put out, it's true. It's a gold mine.
The content's amazing. And I saw she obviously is, huge with the instructors, because I did see a lot of them post on their social congratulating her. So she obviously works closely with them, probably regarding the content, because definitely, there were almost all of them I had noticed had congratulated her and had utilized the her announcement, and as part of their posts. So they were very impressed and happy for her, which is always nice to see them. So the camaraderie within the company is just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then we also saw the launch of the summer apparel line. And I have to tell you, John, it's becoming a problem. It's becoming a problem where we
I have not gotten anything.
Were moaning that Peloton did not have enough apparel and that nobody could get stuff. Now they're launching too much apparel, and they're launching it way too often. And there is just too many cute things for women, and it's costing me a bloody fortune. I have to tell you, the summer apparel drop for the women was insane. In fact, I DM'd Leanne after she had posted herself in one of the workout outfits, and I shared how much I had spent in the latest drop, and told her that she needed to stop looking so gorgeous, as she was costing me way too much money. And her response to me was, "No way! Ha ha ha! Brilliant!" I'm like, no. You
must
get
be
it for
nice.
free.
They just get.
Right?
It must be nice. They just get
it for free.
3 of everything just given to them. They just probably take it off. It's sweaty, and they just toss it. Like, oh,
I could only imagine. Because that's not true, because I do see them rewear stuff.
No,
but
I know.
I know that I'm having an issue. You're joking. I know you're joking. But what I'm saying is that I know that I can barely fit. I mean, I am ridiculous. I love the stuff. That's all I wear. I mean, ever since the pandemic, I rarely will put on a pair of jeans, and certainly not a dress. So I live in my Peloton workout stuff. And whether it's working out, I know we've had this discussion before, whether it's I do work out in the stuff, but whether it's working out in the stuff or, being around the house or even running errands in my stuff or working from home, I wear my Peloton clothes. I don't remember purchasing any other articles of clothing this past year. I mean, literally all I wear are gym clothes. So yeah, it's it definitely has been a problem. But I thought the last drop was amazing. Was there not so much guy stuff? I didn't look.
I put a couple things in my cart, but I really didn't. There was nothing that just screamed at me. I haven't gotten anything since the Adidas collaboration.
You got burnt with that. You didn't like that collaboration.
I even added a couple things from the Pride collection. I never ended up buying them, and they're probably still in my cart.
Yeah, I bought from the Pride collection, and then there were a couple things on sale that I had not purchased that I did want, and they still had my size. So I bought a couple stuff from the Memorial Day sale, and then this stuff launched, and I'm like, oh my god, this looks so cute. Oh my god, this looks so cute. So anyway, I've got it coming. We'll see if anything gets returned or not. But I thought it was a pretty decent drop. I did think so. Yeah.
Did it all sell out quick on the women's side?
No, there's still stuff. And in fact, after I saw Leanne in one of the outfits, I'm like, shoot, I didn't get that. And then I was like, do I go back and purchase that? So hence the launch of Australia being a major positive, because I'm hoping that I will get some more referral codes. So I'm not spending my money, I'm spending Peloton's money in getting some of this apparel.
So, yes. And lastly, happy belated birthday to Cody Rigsby, who celebrated his 34th on Tuesday. And he posted a funny picture shouting out his mother, Cindy, saying, thank you to my mother, Cindy, for pushing me out 34 Junes ago. You're the MVP.
He adores his mom. Yeah,
and I posted
happy
a nice
birthday, Cody.
compilation for him, too. So hope you enjoyed those clips.
I saw that. That was fantastic. That was awesome. Yeah, I think we need a new. We definitely need to produce a new top 10. I think Cody may be the next one on the agenda, John, and it's going to be all about you.
That's a tough list to. There's so many
to compile. I know.
Recent and older ones.
Maybe it would be fun to go back. And get some of the older stuff that people haven't done.
I have some 2019 recs that are still in the library that you can still do.
Yeah, folks. So if that's what you'd like to see, I know that you guys really enjoyed the Leanne top 10 best music rides. So if there's folks you'd like to see, it's a lot of work, but we want to do it for you. So let us know, and we'd be happy to put that together for you. So if there's anybody there that you particularly like, I know everybody would love Cody, John, and you've got it all. Yeah. You've got the material. So now we just have to get it together, right? We do. All right, John. So I guess next up is Picks of the Week. And this week, I will go ahead and do it first, because I have a slew of Picks of the Week.
Take it away.
All right. So first up, yes, it's Leanne. It's a Leanne ride. But her 30-minute 2000s rock ride from Thursday, June 10th was insane. New word, folks. New word. Insane. As I've said before on the show, I am not a huge rock fan. I'm not particularly partial to rock music, but somehow when Leanne puts and curates a rock ride, I love it, and my output is phenomenal. And this one was epic. There were tracks from Green Day, Blink 182, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and my absolute favorite track, Mr. Brightside by The Killers. The ride also ended up with another favorite of mine, Use Somebody by Kings of Leon. Love Kings of Leon. So Leanne's 30-minute rock ride is my number one pick of the week. And I do have a few this week because I was busy. It was insane. We're going to refrain from that word. Okay, I'm going to pretend it's a swear word and we can't swear on the show, so I'm going to refrain from it. Next up, folks, is Kendall's Sam Smith Artist Series ride from Wednesday, June 9th. As I mentioned earlier on in the show, I'm obsessed with Sam Smith. I think their music is epic and the ride was curated perfectly. And I think Kendall did a phenomenal job sharing their background, sharing their start to basically determining that they wanted to be non-binary and what made them decide. As a 16-year-old, they had a tattoo on one finger that was of Mars, and that was kind of reflecting their masculinity, and on another finger had a tattoo of Venus, which reflected their feminine side. And I thought that was just amazing. There I said it, damn. But it was amazing. And Sam Smith is just a phenomenal artist. So if you haven't had an opportunity to jump, I mean, the music we all know Sam Smith music. So it was definitely a must. This week, I also did Dennis Morton's Pride Combo, which he encouraged folks to do both. And so basically there was a 30-minute Pride reset ride, which was from actually the week before, it was June 3rd, followed by his 20-minute Pride reset yoga flow. And I loved doing both, and it was just a wonderful way of just grounding myself for the week. It was a great reset. As I've shared in the past few weeks, I've started doing yoga. I'm absolutely loving yoga. I think it's just a wonderful addition to my workout regime. And I like doing it with Dennis. And it was easy as a beginner in, doing yoga. This particular reset yoga flow was easy. He didn't flow too fast, so I was able to follow along really nicely. And I like the two together. So if you just kind of want a recovery day or just want to take things a little bit easier, the Dennis Morton Pride reset in combination of both is really a wonderful way of doing that. I also tackled the new launch of a bunch of Hannah Corbin's stretching. So she just launched again the week before last, but I did do it this past week. I've always loved to stretch with Hannah. I think she is incredibly flexible, and the way I've used the foam roller with her in the past. Her stretching is wonderful. She put together, there were 4 stretches that she released, and my pick was the 20-minute full body stretch. So that was the one that I just loved. But she also had a 15-minute lower body stretch, a 15-minute upper body stretch, and a 15-minute hip stretch. So if you want to go ahead and do all 4, great. But my pick was the 20-minute full body. On the strength platform, my pick is Ben's 10-minute chest and back from Wednesday, June 9th. I have to tell you, I had a really hard time washing my hair after that one. I went ahead and used stronger weights. I'm used to using just my 3-pounders when I'm doing arms on the bike, but I did go ahead and pick up 15 and 20-pound weights for that workout. And I actually still feel it. My arms are still sore. I just did it on Thursday and my arms are still sore. And lastly, Emma's 10-minute Sam Smith core strength from Thursday, June 10th. It was a 10 a.m. ride. She picked the perfect songs for a core workout, and it still hurts to breathe. Emma is a maniac when it comes to core workouts. I don't think anybody does core the way that Emma does core. And I'm sorry, other instructors that do core, but she, oh my word, it was so hard. And I fought through it, but I thought I had pretty good stomach muscles, John. No, I was proved wrong on that workout. So there, folks, that is my picks of the week. There were a lot. I was excited that I had different ones to offer you this week.
Yeah.
But it was a great workout week. It was a great workout week for me.
You really packed it in. So I just have a couple. So I'm going to start with Kendall's 30-minute 80s ride on June 7th. It started off with AC/DC's Back in Black. We actually got 2 AC/DC tracks. Def Leppard, Queen, Whitesnake, just a great 80s rockin' time. And then a 10-minute cool down that I've really liked taking a couple times now. Hannah Frankson's 10-minute cool down from June 9th. It's got a really good Mariah Carey song in there. So check that out. And then on the tread side, I did a 30-minute 2000s run with Rebecca Kennedy on June 7th. That was really good. It had some Britney, Nelly, 50 Cent, Coldplay, LeAnn Rimes. So nice mix there.
Awesome. I did that 10-minute cool down with Hannah. Yeah, no, that 10-minute cool down with Hannah was great. And it was nice to mix it up because I've been doing LeAnn's, also dropped a 10-minute cool down a couple of weeks ago, and I've been doing that one. So it was nice to just change it up a little bit. And I really enjoyed the music that Hannah Frankson had put in that 10-minute cool down. So that was a great pick of the week. Yeah, so I made up for it this week. Usually you're the one with so many choices. So I made up for it this week. But it was a good week. It was a good week. Well, folks, I guess it's time to wrap things up. There was a lot we shared with you this week. It all was quite exciting, and some wonderful rumors that we have kind of going on there in the Pelo Buddy rumor mill. We're looking forward to those stories all dropping, and to say HIHF.
HIHF, bro.
Yeah, so folks, please, again, if you like the show, if you didn't like the show, I know we're not going to please everybody, and certainly stuff that we throw in there, which is just John and my, little bits of bantering back and forth.
Just all banter, yeah.
Where, we're only here to hopefully give you guys insight into what's going on in the Peloton world through the eyes of Pelo Buddy. And we love reporting the news to you and sharing that with you. So if you do enjoy the show, as John said earlier, make sure you give us a review and let us know what you like and what you don't like. We do not have a Pelo Chat this week, but we will have one next week. John will be bringing us, I won't spill any beans, but you have a wonderful community member.
Let's hope he shows up for next week.
I'm sure he will.
Or else we're just going to cut this whole end out.
No, he'll show up, and if not, we'll find somebody else.
All right.
But yeah, so I guess, folks, from me here in Maryland, bye for now, everybody.
Yep, and from me in Michigan here, we appreciate you watching, and we will see you all on the leaderboard.
Thank you for watching Pelo Buddy TV, your source for everything Peloton, by the community, for the community. Work out with us using the Pelo Buddy TV leaderboard tag, and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Pelo Buddy. Don't forget that we have a podcast available so that you can listen to us while on the move. Just search for Pelo Buddy TV on any major platform and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.